Hello guys, so it looks like my wishes were not granted. I did post yesterday that I just hope that no one dies of this snowfall that's happening out on the roads and people getting stuck on the roads, especially on the N3 headed to the KZN side. I did post that, hey, I just hope that no one dies of this thing because there are a lot of cars on the roads, different roads actually, especially on the highways leading to the Eastern Cape, to KZN, to Mpumalanga, Free State. There were a lot of cars on those highways, and I prayed that no one dies or no one is a victim of this snowfall. It looks like my wishes were not granted because now we are hearing reports that former Igagasi FM radio DJ, I think she's now with Josie FM, Ntuli, she's now hospitalized with hypothermia. She was stuck on the road as well for 2 nights with no blankets and food and other necessities. One of the people that were traveling with her has already come out to say it looks like she's in a very bad health in hospital. They were headed to the KZN site for a funeral and they got stuck on the road because of the snowfall and all the traffic that was happening. You guys saw all the pictures of the snowfall and the cars that were stuck on the N3 road headed to KZN side, and it was chaos. So Ntuli was out there talking, being loud, and people were criticizing her for trying to seek attention, trying to do content with this snowfall and all, people getting stuck. But the guy who was traveling with her has come out to say, hey, they got out of their car. There is actually a clip of the guy opening their window of the car, trying to check other cars if people are okay on the other side.
Everyone over there! Open the window so that I can see you still alive!
You still alive? Yes. Okay, neighbor.
And they took it a step further by going outside of their car to inspect other people on the road that were also stuck. So they went from car to car, checking other people. Remember, this is a snowfall time. It's cold, it's probably even breezy, and they're out there checking other people. It's cold, guys. Yeah, so they went out there to check other people, but as they went back to their cars, they realized that Ntuli looks like she's in another bad condition. She's now admitted in hospital with hypothermia.
Masiphuma ke siya emotweni zabantu siba check ukuthi ke ngabe ke bayaphila yini, samba ngeenyawo ngazicathula kodwa kufana nokuthi masuhambe ice ziya freeze samba naye ke upheni silekelela abantu. Kukhona nanamasulumane ke lapha out wona yazi ke lento etshela abantu ukuthi no abangene emotweni. Masiphuma ke samba sicheck abantu ukuthi bayaphila yini, njengoba kade libona upheni hambe check abantu ukuthi ngabe bayaphila yini. I think that is where amakhaza emngene kakhulu lapho. Nakhona futhi amakhaza angengeni semthamo, ugule semthamo ayangena nje ahlale ngaphakathi, yabo. Saphinda lapho kwaphoqeleka ukuthi ke make yoshona ilanga indlala iyasho, basitshela ukuthi ke abantu bakhona ngakuleya ndawo kukhona ukudla la kuthola la kuthengwa khona. Ukusuka lapho sikhona ama uhamba ngenyawo almost 2 hours, yabo. Ngahamba ke ngofuna ukudla, mangifuna ukudla ngimfonela isendleleni uthi hey njami ngiyakuthola ukudla ngihlangabeza. Mengihlangabeza uyaqhamuka excited futhi nakhona kanti la akazogula khona we amakhaza azombamba khona. Then intatha lasibone khona ngathi kuyavuleleka kuyaqala ukuhamba. Nje wasibonile ubaba umfeli besuka ko Bigville bezanene baze bofika nangakhona la sikhona. Masamba ke sehla ke sesimfakile ke emotweni alaleka short hayi no uyagodola. Kunganakwa ke ngoba neheater ikhona akunankingi, angene kalale ngemuva kuheater sivulela iheater. Hayi masifika ke lokhuzaneni egarage, hayi no umuntu uthule ubanda ngalendlela ke isimanga. La sibone khona ukuthi no lento serious izame ukumnikeza ke icoffee, thola ukuthi hayi no ubanda lokho ngempela. Sabe sesimphuthumisha ke ekhaya kuma wakhe kwazi ukuthi because nathi ayikho into bese sizoyenza mase sekunje. Kodwa ke upheni uyaphila ukuthi nje ugodolwe kakhulu. so rumors akhona athi ushonile hayi asazi awekho bafethu kodwa yena uyaphila, it's just that ugodolile and akekho right.
Yeah, and 2 other people died. They were also stuck on the N3 out there in the KZN Midlands. So it is a bad story, guys. It looks like now we are victims of this snowfall. But what is hypothermia?
Temperature less than 35 degrees Celsius can lead to hypothermia. Hypothermia leads to slowing down of biological functions. As body's core temperature drops, you start feeling sicker. If it further drops to 33 degrees Celsius, the brain function is affected. Core temperature of 28 degrees Celsius can lead to fainting. And if it further falls to 21 degrees Celsius, the body can reach the state of severe hypothermia, leading to death. How much the body temperature will fall depends upon the body's composition, outside temperature, environment, and clothing. Wet clothes, cold winds, and water will cause faster heat loss. So what can you do to stay safe? Wear warm clothes, go for layers, keep yourself covered, eat heat-producing foods.
But with all the challenges and everything, people came out there to try to offer some help. But hey, it wasn't enough, eh?
Guys, hayi kunzima, usizo siyalidinga, but kubukeka kungelile ukuthi silithole njengamanje. Right now sengihambe almost 1 hour ngeshinyawo, ngihambe listi la ukuhamba khona wonke umuntu just ukuthi siyothola usizo. Listi mangase sithole amanzi. It's been 16 hours on the road. Makhaza umuntu akadlile akaphuzile, amanzi ngakubona ukudla, at least amanzi akunasizo olukhona. But siku N3 Johannesburg to Durban, umbuzo uthi kanti why are we paying a lot of money ama e-toll coming down to Durban? Uma behluleka nje ukukhipha at least ibhanoyi ezoletha amanzi sikwazi ukuthi abantu bephuze. Nanganivezele la ngiphuma khona izingane ezincane, abantu abaningi bathwele izingane izikole ezivaliwe badilika bayeThekwini, asinasizo, izingane ziyafa amakhasi. Sizophuma isidumbu, not futhi isidumbu, izidumbu uma ukuthi abayisukumeli lento ama leaders ethu. We are stuck. Sengihambe almost an hour and 30 something minutes, I don't know. Alokhu usizo. Yabo? Kuhle. La ngikhona is between Montrose and yini finally yini. Mawushona phansi lapha emajikeni. But kasazi. Let's trust God.
According to me, I just feel like this is what South Africa needs, or this is what the SANRAL or the roads transport services needs. We need this kind of trucks, guys. But I expected a lot from the GNU government and also the MK, because MK is a majority party in the KZN area. But yeah, the mayor did come out there, mayor of the Escort municipality did come out there to offer some hot meals to some people that were also stuck. Yeah, the good news is that we are hearing that the N3 is now open for traffic, but the road is wet because the ice has been melting. So if you're driving on the N3, just be careful because the road must be wet after the ice has melted. I think the government failed in terms of blocking the roads on time. I understand that people did not listen or watch the weather before traveling. They didn't hit the issue of the weather, and they just got caught, got stuck, and unexpectedly they were like, oh, what's happening? Because Ntuli also talked about a lady who was pregnant, who was traveling alone and was stuck in a car on an N3 in a very cold conditions, very hard conditions, without warm clothes, without blankets, without anything to keep her warm. So this was a very dire situation which needed the government. I don't know how they were going to intervene, but government needed to do something. but it looks like they didn't do enough. But I feel like the roads should have been closed on time, especially from this side of Gauteng, because that's where many people were traveling out of the Gauteng on that weekend to go to different areas. Because Ntuli, for example, she was traveling to a funeral. I know she comes from Umlazi, but she was traveling to the KZN side to attend a relative's funeral. So moving right along, we see that the Spazas are trending. It looks like South Africans are not happy with the locals doing the Spazaring business, because some townships in South Africa have escorted out. I'm using the word escorted out carefully, very carefully. They actually blocked a lot of Spazas that are operated by foreign nationals, especially those that are headed by Pakistanis and Somalis. Lots of Spaza shops in different townships in South Africa were closed in previous months because of food poisoning that affected a lot of children. Some children died, and locals out there were up in arms saying, no, we are closing all the Spaza shops, and they did close the Spaza shops. And then those local South Africans that stepped in to try to sell some goods to the locals, it looks like they didn't do enough job, because now the locals are crying out to say, no, we want our Pakistani guys back. We want my friends back to operate, because we can't even get small things from these new Spaza shops that have just been mushrooming, that are operated by local South Africans. It looks like local South Africans are not able to keep up with the pace, with the need, with the demands of what the Spaza shops were able to deliver in the townships. So they want their my friends back so that they can get all whatever they need. Listen in.
Uthola yonke emakuleni sithola everything la kulama shop manje, at least besithi sifuna ukubona nyana noma amakula loka njengoba amakula loka ngekho kanje, but still kuyafana hardly into encane lo ifuna into encane kwa Colgate ayikho. You understand? Ayikho yamuza umama manje uthi no rocks, mina ngithi Colgate ayikho. Ilo ntuzana into egcobisa inwele, i-moisturizer egcobisa inwele ayikho.
Yeah, you can say all you want about South Africans wanting their Pakistanis and the Somalians to come back and operate the Spaza shops. Guys, South Africans, we are not trained to be salesmen in that way, the way the Pakistanis do it. Because the way the Pakistanis do it, they do it in a way that is, when you go to the Spazas, you find anything from a rolling paper, cigarettes, shampoo. You find all those things. Colgate, toothpaste, it's not Colgate, guys. It's toothpaste. All these things, you find it in these Spaza shops that are operated by the Pakistanis. If you want acha, they even sell magwinya these days. I wouldn't advise anyone to buy there, especially magwinya. But all the things like perfumes, they sell all these things, gadgets, they're there. You don't even have to go to the mall if you have a Spaza shop at a corner that is operated by Pakistan or Somalis. Those guys, they know the business. They know where to get all the goods that the people in the township want, and they do a good service. It's just that unfortunately, when they try to sell food, this is where we have problems. I think maybe the government should intervene and bar them from selling food, beverages and food and all these things. That's why we have issues with them. But in terms of finding out other goods that you may need, they are very helpful, guys. Because sometimes you go out there looking for a small thing like a tissue paper, and if you have a Spaza that is operated by South African, they don't know where to stock these goods and all these things. They don't have the ins and outs of running a Spaza shop. South Africans, we don't have the ins and outs of running the Spaza shops. Let's be honest. Yes, back then, our grandfathers, the grandfathers that used to operate those old shops, they had their own way to do it, but the terrain has changed, guys. The terrain has changed. Maybe we need to force Pakistanis to teach us how to run these Spaza shops, because it looks like South Africans are failing in terms of running the Spaza shops. I'm not saying that they're bad, but it just looks like they're failing as far as what we are hearing is concerned. So hey, Abo, my friend, you guys are wanted back in the townships. Yo, guys, let's talk about Mama Joy. Mama Joy. You know Mama Joy? For those who don't know Mama Joy is a Royal AM #1 fan, or South Africa's #1 fan or fan supporter, whatever. If you see the Springboks playing, she will be there on the stadium. If you see Bafana or the athletics, she will be there. The rugby, everything, cricket, she will always be there. But now, because of the new GNU government, she's no longer allowed to travel with the national teams. Now, people thought, it's over with Mama Joy. And guess what? Mama Joy is happy. She's happy. She's in a good relationship. Guys, I can't do better than the man with a PhD talking about Mama Joy.
Remember, in football, I've just seen nothing is impossible. I mean, Mama Joy just got married to a white person. That alone. No, give me go France. No, congratulations to Mama Joy. Congratulations to Mama Joy. Namkensi, my sister. Go France. And we are talking about a white person who's not broke. We understand a white person who's able to fly, to take a flight up at Tikiti, at Africa. We understand that French guy. He's our brother-in-law, and we congratulate him. And we congratulate. He's so blessed. Remufile cheap, remufile aluminium. Yes, you are so blessed. This is just an example to show Rona as Africans, we undermine ourselves to an extent that we think has to be light in complexion. And our brother-in-law, listen to what I'm saying. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. It's just an opinion. Mama Joy and our brother-in-law has just showed us Rona, we undermine ourselves. I always say, even, and I put this to football and say, we think playing European football makes us feel better. And Mama Joy has just proven to us. Like, I'm a very handsome guy. But every time someone says I'm handsome, people will have to question my color. To show beauty in a color. Okana change a color or yetsa jwang le jwang. How lo mo mobi? Le lo mutlo mutlo o ka ba motso o jwang ha lo mo mobi. And o ka ba dark jwang ha lo mutlo mutlo. Yeah.
Yeah, poor Mama Joy, man. The Frenchman has now gone back home to France after experiencing South Africa and all the wedding festivities and all the festivities that were happening out in Thohoyandou. But hey, all the best to her.
Yeah.
Coucou! Maintenant, danser!
She goes to dance now. I just arrived at home, baby.
Bisous, bisous!
Bisous, bisous.
And so Busta Rhymes is a US rapper who is in South Africa currently and is attending different parties around the Johannesburg area. Last night he was in Sandton, and it looks like there was a phone that was missing in that nightclub, and Busta Rhymes took it upon himself to go out there and demand the iPhone12 back, because a lady had lost her phone during that time when he was there. And then he took it upon himself, and guess what? He offered some money as a payback for whoever has mistakenly taken the phone.
iPhone 12 for $5,000 US to the person that returns this young lady's iPhone 12.
Yes, trust Busta Rhymes to offer you 90k just to return the iPhone that was stolen. I just hope the lady got her phone back, because I mean Busta Rhymes was on stage. Guess what? Yeah, but many people were thinking that it was Busta Rhymes' phone that was stolen and all that. But hey, it was not Busta Rhymes' phone that was stolen. It was a lady's phone that was stolen. And Busta Rhymes just took it upon himself to demand it. We just don't know if they got the phone back. I doubt. This is South Africa. This is Mzansi. You can hardly get your phone back. Even trying to block the phone is useless, because there's always a shop at the corner that will unlock the phone, you know. So I doubt they'll get the phone back. If they get it back, they will be lucky. This is Mzansi. Yeah, it's a funny way to greet Busta Rhymes coming to South Africa. Anyway, that's all I had for you. See you again in the next upload. Like I mean, salute, minga titimel.